Hey everyone, it's Ben again here. How you all doing? Hope you're all well. What a day I've had today. It was certainly an interesting one. I decided to go out and try and, well, to cut a long story short, I had a meeting at 1:30 in the afternoon in Loughborough. So I decided to try and catch I shouldn't give too much away because I don't want to spoil the video, but I tried to catch the 250s basically that were running from Derby Lichchurch Lane to Willesden Traction Maintenance Depot, hauling a class 720. So I did that. I attempted to do that today, and I found a spot at Melton Mowbray because it runs via Corby rather than going through Leicester on the Midland Main Line. So I found a spot at Melton Mowbray that I've not been before, a footbridge. So I visited this footbridge today. It became apparent that obviously there'd been some kind of whether it's a track circuit failure, or actually I found out from my work there was a signal failure, but it looked like it was messing up with the track circuits as well, between Selby and Loughborough. So that was relatively early in the day though. It came up a little bit about 8 o'clock, and I saw that obviously there was a few other trains due through around the same time, and I was planning to get to this footbridge about 10 o'clock and stay there till about 12:30, and the train that I wanted to film, the 5 Quebec 68, was due for 11:42 roughly. So I got to the bridge, and there were still issues when I arrived at the bridge, but there was a few trains that were running late, so I managed to actually catch some trains which I wasn't planning on getting in the first place. But the day unravelled and got worse, so we'll start off with the first train I caught, which was 6 Delta 49, which is the Tunstead sidings to Luton Crescent Road. Okay, so not too bad. Not a train I was expecting to catch, so that's good. That's one bonus of the day so far. Coming up next was 6 X-Ray 13, which was also another one I wasn't due to catch. In fact, it was running about 2 hours late, this was. So this was a good catch, because obviously it's a car train, which is always good to see. 66111 was providing the traction in the front. And it's from Dunham's Moor to Towton, so a lot of you probably know it's quite a high profile train for DB. But I was glad to get this one because it's always a good train to catch. I've only seen it once before at Sutton Park, so to catch this train was good. I was quite pleased with that. So far 2 bonuses. So here it is, 6 X-Ray 13. Another surprise is 6 Lima 42 that appeared up at Mount Sorrel. That's the Mount Sorrel to Barham. The track circuit failure or signal failure that was happened in between Selby and Mount Sorrel was still going on. Trains were basically queuing up all the way back from where this issue was. So, but another train which isn't normally booked to stop in the loops that we can see at Melton Mowbray, where we are now. And this one actually went into the loop and stayed there for about 20 minutes and then moved forward from there. No trains passed it as well, which is quite interesting. So obviously it was just regulating its time, because I noticed a little bit further up on its path it was meant to stop at Oakham for a bit. So perhaps it was just sitting up here in the loop rather than there. So I managed to get it coming into the loop and obviously departing as well. Okay, so now it was getting to the time when I was expecting the 50s to come and pass, but they still hadn't departed Derby. So I was getting a little bit anxious because obviously I'm due at this meeting at 1:30 in Loughborough. And also I was talking to my control, because obviously GB run the train. I was talking to my control, and there was concerns that the train, because it's already departed, well, will depart late, it might end up going via Leicester. So I was getting a bit nervous now, because I was thinking if I'm in Melton Mowbray I'm going to completely miss it. And also I was wary of getting to this meeting as well, which I needed to be at. In the due time, I did manage to catch one which was due past pretty much the same time as the 50s were due, which was 6 Victor 9-2, always a good one to watch. Empty steel train from Corby Tube Works all the way back to Markham Yard. And its loco traction for this was 66181. So I managed just to get one more at Melton Mowbray, and the decision was to move to Cossington. I didn't really want to go to Cossington because I filmed there before, but I definitely want to obviously get the 50s if I get the chance. So the 50s had departed Derby at this point, so I made it obviously a decision just to film this last one here at Melton Mowbray, which was 4 Mike 79 66105, which is the Felixstowe to East Midlands Gateway. Okay, so now I've moved to Cossington. Things got a little bit more jittery then because I was running out of time. The good thing about Cossington, it was only about 15 minutes away from where I needed to be for this meeting. 4 Lima 38 had managed to get its way through the issues that was happening between Sowerby and Loughborough. So that came through and I managed to film that, and thank you to the driver for the tones as well. He really did give some good tones as he went under the bridge. So 4 Lima 38 66089 with the East Midlands Gateway to Felixstowe. So I waited for about another 20 to, well, almost another half an hour for these 50s to come, and they just were stuck on the wrong side of Loughborough, the wrong side of where the issue was. It took 4 Lima 38, which is the last one you just seen, it took nearly about an hour to get through the issue, so I was giving in and think that it wasn't going to happen in the end, and unfortunately it got to a point where I couldn't film it, so the track circuit failure or the signal failure, whatever it was, ruined my plan. So unfortunately I didn't get the 50s, so you just have to make do with the shed action, which I've shown you. And oh well, it is running again tomorrow for those of you who are interested. Same head codes as today. It is supposed to run again tomorrow, and hopefully I won't be out to get it, but I'll be in the West Mids doing some filming there with Mike. But unfortunately this will be missed by me this time, but for anyone out there that wishes to film it, it should hopefully run a little bit more punctual tomorrow, obviously barring any issues with network rail infrastructure or the train itself, of course. So hope you enjoyed this short video, something a little bit different. I've decided to do a little bit of commentary just to talk you through the fun I had today, and well, it is what it is at the end of the day. You win some, you lose some, but I got to the meeting on time if anyone's interested. And yeah, so apart from that, you know, filmed a few, not the greatest, but you know, it's the way it is in this hobby. Sometimes you can be lucky and sometimes you can't. On this day I'm not. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have a good day in the West Mids, and I look forward to releasing that video, and hope everyone's well, and catch up with you all soon. See ya.